DreamWorks has been hiding the villain of Kung Fu Panda 5 in every single movie for 17 years. And once I show you where they planted it, you will never rewatch this franchise the same way again. I'm not talking about a rumor, I'm not guessing. There are 3 specific moments, one in Kung Fu Panda 1, one in Kung Fu Panda 3, and one in Kung Fu Panda 4, that all point to the same enemy, an enemy that has not appeared yet, but every previous villain was secretly connected to, and Mike Mitchell, the director who is coming back for the next movie, dropped one line in an interview last year that basically confirmed it. So, let me walk you through what they planted, and what is coming next. Here is the thing nobody is talking about. Every Kung Fu Panda villain has followed a pattern. Tai Lung wanted the Dragon Scroll. Shen wanted the throne. Kai wanted the chi of every master. The Chameleon wanted the kung fu of every fighter who ever lived. Notice anything? Each villain wants something bigger than the last one. Each one is a tier above, like the franchise is climbing a ladder, and we just reached the highest rung any mortal could ever want. All the kung fu in existence. So what is left? What could a 5th villain possibly want that is bigger than all of that combined? The answer is the thing every previous villain accidentally revealed. The one force in this universe that even Oogway feared. And DreamWorks has been carving its outline into the background of every film since 2008. 3 clues, 3 movies, 1 enemy. Let me show you. Clue number 1, Kung Fu Panda 1, the moment Oogway dies. Go back and watch it. Oogway doesn't get killed. He doesn't get sick. He just chooses to leave. His body dissolves into peach blossoms, and he ascends to what the franchise later calls the spirit realm. Now ask yourself this. Why was Oogway in such a hurry that day? Tai Lung had just escaped prison. The valley was in danger, and the most powerful master alive decides this is the perfect moment to abandon his physical form? It never made sense, until Kung Fu Panda 3 confirmed something. The spirit realm is not paradise. It is a battlefield. That is where Kai had been trapped for 500 years, plotting, growing stronger, waiting. So think about what that means. Oogway didn't ascend for peace. Oogway ascended because something in the spirit realm was getting stronger, and he needed to be on the other side to hold it back. And here's the part that broke my brain. When Kai finally escapes the spirit realm in KFP5, Oogway acts surprised, like he had been guarding a specific prisoner and someone else slipped past him, someone we have not seen yet. Clue number 2, and this one is buried in plain sight. In Kung Fu Panda 3, Po learns the secret of chi. He masters it. He uses it to defeat Kai. The entire valley celebrates. Roll credits. But rewatch the final scene. Po opens the Dragon Scroll, and the camera pans across the courtyard. For half a second, you see a shadow move behind one of the pillars. Nobody is animated to be standing there. The lighting is wrong. It is too tall to be Mr. Ping. Animators do not make mistakes like that. That shadow was placed there on purpose, and animation supervisors have hinted in art books that the franchise was meant to set up a 4th element beyond body, mind, and spirit. Think about that for a second. Tai Lung tested the body, Shen tested the mind, Kai tested the spirit, and the Chameleon tested Kung Fu itself. 4 villains, 4 challenges. But every spiritual tradition Kung Fu Panda draws from has 5 elements, not 4. The missing one is Fate, a villain who does not want a scroll, or a throne, or chi, or kung fu skills. A villain who wants to rewrite destiny itself. And that is when the 3rd clue clicked for me. Here is where it gets crazy. And stay with me, because this is the moment I realized DreamWorks has been playing the longest game in animated film history. The Chameleon in Kung Fu Panda 4 has one line that nobody talks about. When she is monologuing to Po, she says, "I learned everything I needed to know about Kung Fu from the masters of the past, but there was one I could never reach. One master she could not reach." Now the Chameleon could summon Tai Lung. She could summon Lord Shen. She could summon Kai. She could pull skills from every legendary fighter in the spirit realm. So who in that realm was so untouchable that even she could not steal from them? It was not Oogway. She literally takes Oogway's staff. It was someone else. Someone the spirit realm itself is afraid of. Someone who has been there longer than Kai. Longer than the masters of old. Longer than the Jade Palace itself. And remember the rumor that has been swirling around KFP5? Mike Mitchell has hinted in 2 separate interviews that the next villain comes from the place even Oogway would not go. He said the next film would be the most spiritual one yet, and that Po would face an enemy who is not interested in the physical world at all. Now connect that to Clue 1, Oogway ascending in a hurry, and Clue 2, the missing 5th element, and Clue 3, the master even the Chameleon could not steal from. It is the same character, someone DreamWorks has been hiding inside the spirit realm since 2008, waiting for the exact right movie to release them. So who is it? My best guess, and the one that fits every single piece of evidence, is that the villain of Kung Fu Panda 5 is the original master of Oogway himself. Think about it, Oogway is the wisest character in the franchise, but he had to learn from someone, and we have never been shown who. The franchise has never named his teacher, never shown the tomb, never given a single flashback. That is not an accident. That is a setup. And there is something else in Kung Fu Panda Dragon Knight, the Netflix series that DreamWorks treats as side canon. Po is told that Oogway once imprisoned a teacher who became hungry for more than wisdom. That line is dropped once and never explained. The show ended before it could pay it off. So the theory writes itself. Oogway's master was the first being to ever study Qi. He wanted to use it to control fate itself. Oogway sealed him in the spirit realm centuries ago. And when Oogway ascended in KFP1, it was not just to find peace. It was to renew the seal that was beginning to crack. Every villain we have seen so far was a piece of him leaking through. Tai Lung's obsession, Shen's prophecy fear, Kai's hunger for Qi, the Chameleon's desire to steal identity itself. These are not random characters. They are echoes, fragments of one ancient master who has been pushing against the walls of his prison for 500 years. And in Kung Fu Panda 5, those walls finally break. Po will not be fighting a new villain. He will be fighting the source of every villain he has already beaten. Now, here is where I need your brain, because I have been staring at this theory for weeks, and I want to know if I am crazy. Does the evidence hold up? The rushed ascension, the missing 5th element, the master even the Chameleon could not reach, the dropped line about Oogway imprisoning his own teacher. Do you see the pattern? Or am I building a connection that does not actually exist? And if I am right, there is a second question that should genuinely scare you. If Po is going to fight the master of his master's master, then who in the franchise is even close to that power level? Because that is a villain Po cannot beat with Kung Fu, or Qi, or inner peace. That is a villain Po would have to become something new to defeat. And maybe that is what KFP5 is really setting up. Not a new fight, but a new Po. Drop your theory in the comments. I am reading every single one. And tell me, if Oogway's master is the real villain, what do you think his name is? Because the moment DreamWorks reveals it, we are going to feel very dumb for not figuring it out sooner. Hit subscribe. There is a lot more buried in this franchise that nobody is talking about. See you in the next one.